Hello everybody, Megazard here, back at it again to give you another very exciting video. And for today, yes, I have none other than another video that's sort of kind of going through my GameCube collecting. Now you might be wondering, like this don't look like a GameCube game on the screen. No, it isn't. However, I'm still playing it through the GameCube because yes, I finally managed to get my hands on a Game Boy player as well as the Game Boy player startup disc. Man, that startup disc was so hard to get my hands up on, and I really do love this intro right here. Man, I love myself some Sonic Advance 3 though. But I managed to get my hands on both of those, and that essentially allows me to be able to play my GBA games on my GameCube, on my big screen television. And this was a product that was released back in the GameCube days. And I was very curious to try to get my hands on one of these things to allow myself to actually be able to go through and play through these GBA games on my GameCube. Because the novelty of it is pretty good. I know they had something like that very similar to like on the Super Nintendo with the Game Boy player that played Game Boy and Game Boy Color. But this one plays, Game Boy Color, as well as Game Boy Advance. The Game Boy Advance being the big one though. So yeah, so I was like, okay, I got to make a video on this one along with my other GameCube games. So I was like, I got to put this little tidbit up in here though too. So yeah, so it's really interesting this thing because there's different ways how you can kind of play through this. Like I'm gonna go ahead and start it up here real quick because right now I'm currently playing it on with a GameCube controller because for the most part that's what most people would probably do. I'll go ahead and pick Sonic and Tails. But for the most part, most people are going to play this with a GameCube controller for their Game Boy games. But it's not the only way, though. But when you do play like that, you do get several different menu options for the Game Boy player. Like you can choose different frames. So this is the default one right here. Just hit the Z button, toggle through. So it's like a purple theme though, and they got like quite a bit of different frames up in here. I don't know about this one. That one looks kind of sketchy though. But I think my favorite one that I found out of all of this was definitely was it this one? Yeah, the space theme. I like the space theme quite a bit. I think it kind of actually matches the Sonic Advance 3, what's kind of going on the screen though. But then you also got other menu options such as screen size. You can do full, you can do normal. This is a little closer to probably the ratio that you might have had on your GBA SP. It's a little extended because you think about with the Game Boy Advance SP or even the original one, it's more so a squarish, and this one looks a little bit more widescreen, but I don't know. I had the habit of just choosing it as a full image. I don't know. Just bigger screen for me. It's not, changing the pixel size of these characters too much though. But that's just one thing I noticed. And then also, you can choose different controllers right there or different layouts right there. So, but I usually go with this one with the GameCube controller. Now the screen filters is kind of weird because at least with the screen filters, I don't really notice any changes with that. So I usually leave it on sharp, and you can even set like a timer. Like if you wanted to play it for so long before stopping, I guess it's kind of good back in the day. Like you had some parents that say, hey, you can only play for like half an hour. You can set this timer up to almost an hour at max though. So yeah, there's that, and it even allows you to change the game pack on the fly, so you don't have to completely reboot your system like that though. That's basically all the menu options they have for the Game Boy player though. So it's pretty cool and interesting what they put up in here though. But playing with the GameCube controller is fun and all though, but for a GBA game, you kind of want the real authentic experience. And one thing Nintendo actually released out back in the day with the Game Boy player is none other than the Game Boy Advance to Game Boy or GameCube link cable, where you're able to connect your GBA, whether it's the original model or the SP, connect it to the back of it, and then you're actually able to plug it into your GameCube itself. And then when you're playing it with the Game Boy player, you're actually able to play using your GBA as a controller itself to play what's basically on the big screen on your GameCube. So that's really interesting right here though. And right here on the screen right now, I'm going to either have a screenshot up or have some images up. The GBA SP that I'm actually using here at the moment though. And I just went ahead and connected the back of it because, man, actually connecting these things up in it, it's not the easiest thing in the world to kind of do that though. But I'm going to go ahead and boot this up here real quick, and hopefully you might be able to hear what this sounds like here in just a second. See, it has like that little jingle, like I think from Super Mario World up on there, I want to say. And that's what it basically looks like. And then you look back here at the screen right over here. now I'm actually able to control it using the GBA SP. So I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool, because I had to actually dig out my GBA SP in order to in order to test all of this out. I did have to order one of these link cables on Amazon though, but fairly cheap, about right around $10 or a little less, depending on which buyer you buy it from though. But this is the preferred method that you probably should go through and play these games. At least it feels authentic, you know, using the GBA to be able to control or use it as a controller. It just kind of feels nice. So I think it sort of kind of beats using the GameCube controller, unless you just want that traditional grip, which I wouldn't knock you for it though. But let's go ahead and try out some gameplay now that I got the little bit of history out of the way. We'll go ahead and start up on the first little level right here though. See how fast I can whip through this and see if I still got some skills playing through this game. I did not have a very good start off. Ugh. But, oh yeah, I remember collecting these keys, because when you got the keys that allow you to unlock them special levels to try to get the Chaos Emeralds, where you try to go through the different areas and zones and stuff. But man, this game really does bring back memories. I want to say this is the very first Sonic game that I actually managed to ever play, or at least it was the first one I actually got my hands on though too. I know a lot of people, if you're an old, oh my goodness, if you're an old person, Sonic 1, 2, or /3 is probably one of your first ones though, but it's kind of unique how Sonic Advance was one of my first ones though. Trying to see if oh shoot. Come on Sonic, you got this. Man, this just brings back so many memories with the music and everything else associated with it. Goodness. Oh, yeah, I still got it in me. I know the high routes usually in Sonic games allow you to whip through the levels a whole lot faster than the low roads like that though. So that's pretty cool right there. So I actually managed to go ahead and beat that level again. But yeah, it just feels surreal, because honestly, up until this point, I had two GBA SPs, or technically siblings kind of took them. Once I had my Nintendo DS, I was able to play GBAs, you know, thanks to backwards compatibility and whatnot though. But yeah, I was glad to even get one of them working, because I barely managed to get this red one I'm using to work, and my silver one is still dead. Oh, that's the other cool thing I liked about this game, is you got to do a little tag teaming like that. Like, I know with Tails, he allowed you to basically hover, or he hop you up from the ground. It was one or the other, depending on if you're midair with him or on the ground. And that's not the only thing that you're able to do, because you didn't have Sonic and Tails, or at least not the only ones that's playable characters though. You actually managed to have Knuckles, Amy was up in here, Cream the Rabbit. Like, you had a fairly good cast of characters that you're able to play as, each of them having sort of kind of some unique abilities. Like, I know Knuckles was able to like punch certain walls that were harder, and I know Amy did a lot of stuff with her hammer, like giving you like high jumps and stuff like that. Good gracious, I hate these things. Let's see here. Alright, here we go. Oh goodness, I hate that. I messed that one up. Oh shoot. Let me see if I can get back up there. Yep, see, stuff like that. Like, that's why I like it. Oh, there was another key. Alright, here we go. Yeah, because I remember I used to do some time trials back in the day on this, and I used to whip through some of these levels really fast though, but ooh. But man, it has been a while on this. Oh shoot. I can't believe I went down there. Yeah, I gotta get a little flex here and there. All right, here we go. I think this is the fast part right here. Oh, I managed to get 100 rings. All right, something I don't do that often. Oh goodness. But yeah, so silver. Oh, come on. I could have done better than that. But yeah, that's just a little kind of a little gameplay demo of what Sonic Advance 3 looks like. At least running this on the Game Boy player though. So I mean, it's pretty cool. I really like this, and at least with this, I know I have a good working GBA. Basically, because the Game Boy player itself, that's on the bottom of the GameCube, it basically is a has a GBA basically built up in it. So I know this one's gonna be pretty much longer lasting than just a standard Game Boy or whatever, or Game Boy Advance. And yeah, these are all the characters I'm talking about, like Sonic, you got right there, Tails, Knuckles, Cream, Amy. And man, it just brings back so many memories though. But yeah, I had so many good times unlocking some of these characters back in the day. Ugh, goodness. I can't remember exactly how, but I know it was annoying because I know they started you off with Sonic and Tails. And you can even set them like this, Tails and Sonic, so then you're primarily using Tails, and then you can use his hover and stuff like that. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. And then you got all the different zones right here. I'll give y'all a quick little look at what Zone 2 looks like. Shoot, it'll be a refresher for me too. Sunset Hill. Oh goodness. But yeah, oh goodness, yeah, this brings up so many memories though. But that's basically it in terms of this one. I did want to try out one more game with y'all while I got y'all here, just to kind of see how the games will allow you to switch over. Cool thing is, I just noticed this is you can control, like I was playing most of the game with the Game Boy Advance, but you can have someone holding like the Game Boy Advance or another GameCube controller, I'm pretty sure, and then someone else holding like a regular GameCube, and both of y'all can technically control the player at the same time. So it's like, hey, if one of y'all's having trouble, if you have multiple people with you, stop what you're doing on your controller and let the other person control it. So I think that's pretty some pretty good fun that you can have with people locally if you wanted to do something like that. But yeah, it's just something that I kind of noticed though. But I'm gonna go ahead and switch it over. So it's just kind of handy to still have a GameCube controller that's still hooked up in it. So I'm gonna hit this, change the cart. Alrighty. So and then you got to pull this one little lever where it literally shoots the GBA out against you, which is that kickback on it's kind of crazy though. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and stick the other one up in there. And the second you pop it in there, it's booting up the screen and you're going literally to the next game. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool right there. And the one I stuck up in there was like a dual pack between Shrek 2 and Shark Tales though. But I'm gonna dabble with Shrek 2 a little bit because why not? It's Shrek 2. I'll just probably play like the first couple of levels or so. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to choose this one though. I'm gonna quit this one and go back to the first one. But yeah, oh gosh, like Shrek 2 is definitely like one of my out of the Shrek movies, I think Shrek 2 is one of my favorites. Between Shrek 2 and Shrek 1 though, but man, I remember playing this a ton as a kid. Oh shoot. And I think with this game you had different characters and they all kind of control slightly a little bit differently. Like Shrek, he's kind of stronger, but a tad bit slower, but moves a little more stiff than everybody else. Yeah, I remember this. Now I think there was technically multiple versions of these games. I want to say, like I think there might have been one that was just purely like a GameCube version of basically what this game is. But this GBA one, it's a good platformer. I still like it to this day. All right, like look at that. See, I'm done with Shrek, and then the second level focuses purely on Donkey. Like how Shrek could like pick up the stump, but Donkey can't pick up nothing. He's a quadruped, so he really has to kick the stuff around. I'm gonna go up here, see what's up here real quick. Oh yeah, wasn't too much. Oh, watch this little move. Oh, I thought I was gonna hit him. Oh, look at that. There's Gingy. All right, there we go. Floating through the air like that. pick up this key. Oh, there we go. What the? Oh, that key got me up there. Okay, here's the second one. But yeah, man, this brings back a ton of memories. Like, golly, like this is so good. Oh, see, they don't attack me because I'm Donkey, because I'm a magical creature, but then they wanted to attack Shrek because he was crazy. And then I know at like level 3, I think this is where things get a little interesting because I think you can actually start rotating between the characters. So that's when things got a little interesting. Like, for example, like Shrek, he can't punch these walls. But then you switch over to Donkey, boom, there you go. So it's kind of like a little bit of back and forth kind of puzzle. So yeah, that's basically how this game sort of kind of operated. It was kind of nice back. Oh, and I remember how you did stuff like this. You would hold it up, and you technically could have jumped off of it, but obviously it had to be like at a higher thing. Oh, and I remember, I think you had to hold both these characters. Yeah, hold L and R to get both of them to move. Wait. Oh yeah, and if you want to keep them on pace, hold L and R both at the same time, and that would allow you to do that. But yeah, that's basically pretty much for the most part what I kind of wanted to show to y'all. And the Game Boy Player is a pretty interesting, unique piece of technology right here, where this allows you to be able to play your Game Boy SP games, or Game Boy Advance, should I say, games online, or not online. I don't know why I said online. Oh shoot, these mini games. I wonder how far I could go. But it basically is a little interesting piece of technology. It allows you to play it on the big screen, and I know for people back in the day, it was very convenient. Now, you can also use your Game Boy Advance in a lot of other ways with this cord, because it allowed you to essentially play other games where it was kind of ahead of its time. Like, it literally included some of the concepts of like the Wii U gamepad. You know how like you can only use like the gamepad and you're able to kind of use dual screen. It was kind of ahead of its time with some of the games, like for example Four Swords Adventure. I know that's a game where it's like they allow you to look at the screen itself in order to be able to look at the screen itself, in order that way you'll be able to actually see certain unique things that were on the screen. Like if you went inside of a house, you got to see inside of the house on your SP. Meanwhile, on your actual the big screen, it was just kind of like the hub world outside area where everybody was able to look at. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to showcase off within this short little Game & Watch session. A little bit of Sonic Advance 3, a little bit of Shrek 2 here and there though. But yeah, that's basically all I have to showcase for y'all for this Game & Watch though. So if you really like this video, make sure to go ahead and hit that like button, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that bell to stay up to date on all things video game related I feel like talking and discussing about, including more videos as I go through and collect other GameCube games, and I kind of show them off in Game & Watch sessions like this though. So remember y'all, until whatever video I make next, see y'all.